Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about deception and one of the elements of it. There are many elements. We'll get into those as we go, but today's element is all about keeping the ball in the same plane. Here we see, and I'm going to put the clock up here so you can see what the time is. As I release the ball here, Will is going to make contact at just about 0.417 seconds. If you look up here, you can see the clock is at about 0.417, and that's roughly 92 miles an hour. And you can see he's not hitting it exactly on the sweet spot. That would be out in here someplace, and he's hitting it back just a little bit off the sweet spot on the handle side. So with a baseball, he would hit a long fly ball, probably an out, but for all intents and purposes, for this video, he's fairly close to being right on time. Alright, so let's take a look now at a pitch similar that he swings and misses on. And from the naked eye, it looks like there's no way he should miss this. He looks like he's all over it, makes a great swing. He's got his head right there, but he swings and misses. So let's take a quick look at why that takes place. We'll overlay these two videos so you can see them right on top of each other. And at this point, let's go to just about there. That's a third of the way to the plate. So if we look at the clock, we can see we're at about 0.133 seconds, and that's roughly about a third of the way. There's no difference between these two pitches. And then one of them starts to lose a little bit of speed, and consequently starts to lose some elevation. So the hitter is completely fooled by this pitch because it is virtually identical all the way up to the point where he has to make his decision to start the swing. Now if you look at his body and the barrel of the bat, they're virtually identical. There's a tiny bit of difference in the timing of them. But I think it's pretty safe to say that he's fooled on this pitch. And the reason that that happens is because the initial flight is it looks so close to the 92 mile an hour pitch, and it ends up being a little cutter or like a slider, and it loses the elevation. So he's fooled by what he initially sees. He swings at that, and he ends up missing this. But those that would argue that a great swing is going to make up for all that time, this is a great illustration to show why that is not exactly true. While it is hugely important to try to get the barrel in the same line as the ball for a long period of time, these swings are identical. So if that theory was correct, and you just got the barrel, because these two barrels are exactly in the same line, there's no difference. And the reason is because he was fooled by the initial flight. But the timing of it was just ever so slightly different. If we go back and look at the timing of the swing and miss, if he were to make contact right there, we're talking about his swing is literally at 95 to 92. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say his swing is geared for 92, 0.417, because right there it looks like he's really close to it. I think this is closer to where he was before, and this is the timing of where he would have been had his information from his eyes been correct. But as it stands, that's not the case. He missed the ball because he mistimed the pitch. And the reason he mistimed it is because all this distance right to here, it looks just like that 93 mile an hour fastball, 92 mile an hour fastball. And part of that is built by this angle that's happening going towards the hitter. When the pitch is going towards the hitter and then the other one is not, it makes it very difficult. So that angle that's boring in on the hitter right here aids in the illusion that that's an inside fastball. Because this first one was an inside fastball, and it was a reactionary time of 0.92 seconds, or 0.417 seconds, which is 92 miles an hour. He's a tiny bit late, but he hits that ball pretty hard. But this ball starts from that, in real life this would be like a far first base side of the pitching rubber with an angle boring into the hitter. And then the pitch that he misses is one that looks really, really similar, still boring in, but now it turns away just ever so much, and it sinks a little bit due to lack of speed. But the key here is in his thought process and in his visual. His visual was affected because this angle fooled him, because it looked more like an inside fastball because it was boring in on him. And then the slider effect actually ended up moving away, and because the plane changed from this top level to a medium level or slightly below that, he ends up swinging and missing.